going on, everybody? It's James again, and today I'm going to be finally, man, it's been a while, it's been a long time coming, finally going to be doing a playthrough of Shenmue 1 in high definition. Now, the title of this video is Shenmue HD playthrough, or Let's Play Shenmue HD. Now, a couple things you need to know, just like the What's Shenmue video. This is not Shenmue HD. This is me playing Shenmue on an emulator. We're using a specialized version of Null DC with a couple of Shenmue fixes that you can find at Shenmue Dojo. So this is, at the time of the taping of this video, this is the latest version of Null DC, specifically tailored to Shenmue. As you can see, this awesome background here. Yeah, so we're just going to be going play through it, and I'll be doing some commentary in the game as well. The version of Shenmue I am playing is Shenmue 1 NTSC, so it's the North American region version. This is a backup copy converted to CDI. We are specifically using the Shenmue Xiaopeng Complete Edition, which also includes the Coca-Cola mod, so it's an English version of Shenmue 1, but it's meant to be burnt to a CDR, and it has the original Coke machines from the Japanese version. Like I said, it is a backup version, but just to make it legit, I do actually own the games. This is the English Shenmue, NTSC. This is the Japanese region Shenmue. So these two combined to make up the version that we are playing. And so just to go through the graphics options real quick that I will be using. Hopefully Null DC doesn't crash. So Power VR, we have, you know, highest resolution. We're going to be playing in 16:9 with extra geometries. And you have, you know, your mumbo jumbo crazy stuff over here. I'm going to shut VSync off, so you're going to see the menus go really fast. This is going to give me the best performance possible with the specific rig I'm using. I'm using a rig that's running Windows 7, I guess professional. We have an NVIDIA 550 Ti and 8 gigs of RAM, so we should be good to go. So let's go ahead and start the game. Alright, good. My mouse was getting a little weird, so let's boot it up. Oh yeah, I will be playing with a keyboard. I don't have a way of connecting a Dreamcast controller to the computer here, so it sucks, but you know, it's whatevs. Here we go. So you see the logo goes by real fast. Let me get the mouse out of the way here, and got my coffee. So let's press start. So yeah, it's running real fast, so I shut the VSync off, so it's running at like a lot of frames a second. Let me just, what was the setting I was going to be doing? Oh yeah, let me plug in a memory card here. So device, yep. Alright, so do we have any save files? It says for disk 2, so let's go ahead and start a new game, and hopefully we don't get any weird sound issues, because I'm not recording using a device, I'm recording using Camtasia, so it's taking performance away from the computer itself, which causes issues with Null DC. So I am looking into getting actual hardware to do recording. This video should really be considered more of a test. So without further ado, let's jump on in, shall we? Alright, no problem. Alright, let's unattach the VMU. Yes, thank you. Not sure why that happens. The game's running in fast motion. Alright, let's slow this down a little bit. Okay, there we go. So here we see Ryo walking back to the house. One cool thing you guys probably don't know is that the Ryo used in this cutscene is a character model that is not actually used for Ryo in-game. This model has more polygons. So it's like a higher resolution model. There's ways to get it to work. You can, you know, swap the character model, get a high-def Ryo going on. But on the Dreamcast it caused some lag. I remember the first time I played the game, that scared the crap out of me. I was like, whoa!
Ryo-san!
Fuku-san!
You're gonna see weird graphics issues because it is being ran on an emulator, and the 16:9 aspect ratio, you're gonna see things disappearing once they get into that aspect ratio, because the Dreamcast is only meant to be run on 4:3. So when we do the widescreen hack, you'll see the game engine actually deleting models, like the guy right there. That was so they can keep up the frame rate, because they it's video memory management.
For the last time, where is the mirror? I'm
Lon
no
D
intention
is so well done.
telling you.
I always love this scene because it's so storyline intensive and you don't realize it yet. Awesome. I always wanted to see what a fight between Hazuki style Jiu-Jitsu and Tiger Swallow style would actually look like. It's gotta hurt. God, his silk coat looks so good. I love how you can upscale Shenmue and it just looks so good.
Now then.
Now then.
No matter
how often you ask,
I'll never
tell. That evil motherfucker.
No, don't! Hand over the mirror. Or else, your son. Wait! The mirror, it's buried under the cherry tree.
You know, that's a really interesting fact, that the fact that it's buried under the cherry tree, but the other mirror is hidden in the Hazuki basement. The separation of the two mirrors most likely falls to the fact that they want to separate them, so if an attack were to occur from Lon D, he would get one and not the other.
Do you remember Chao Ming? Chao! That's the name of the man you killed in Moon Swan. It can't be you! Get up. I'll allow you to die like a warrior.
I love that line so much. Lon D is just so well voiced. Lon D is voiced by Paul Lucas in the English version, and he does a fantastic job.
Wendy-sama, we have it.
Paul Lucas also voices Chai, if I remember correctly. So Chai and Lon D are the same guy, actually. And I wouldn't be surprised if he did voices for, other, characters. But the main two are Chai and Lon D. This beginning intro is so storyline heavy. It sets the pace for the understanding that Shenmue goes from this tale of I want to avenge the murder of my father to this whole drawn-out, thing that's going on that's so much larger than this small story of Iwao being killed.
Father.
Wow. Shenmue looks so good in high definition.
Forgive me for leaving you alone. What are you saying? Father! Your friends. Keep friends. Those you love close to you. No. Father! No!
The loading screens themselves, those black photos, those are literally just photos, and since they're only in 4:3 ratio, when you get to the loading screen, the 16:9 portion of the aspect ratio, the widescreen portion, still has the older textures and video memory still on the screens. That's why you're seeing, you know, the loading screen and then like the area that you're still in. You also see the game engine loading the area, which is pretty cool. So you have Ine-san get the letter to Iwao from Master Chen. So the dreams that Ryo is having, there's speculation that the dreams themselves aren't conjured by him. It could be the dreams themselves are the anti-catalyst that makes Ryo go on to this adventure for these events to play out. Which would explain why he dreams about a girl that he's never seen before. So like some higher force is giving him these dreams. It's creating an interest. It's almost like Inception, although I hate that movie. But the point is the same. It's kind of like Inception, where in his dreams they're planting a seed for him to manipulate him, you know, in real life. And so begins our adventure. Ryo's room, December 3rd, 1986. For those of you that don't know, the day that Iwao was killed was actually Ryo's birthday. So we have phone numbers. Also, for those of you who don't know, this is kind of a spoiler for Shenmue 2, but Zhao Sunming is actually Lan Di's father. Or so we're told. There's no proof. Lan Di's real name is Long Sun Zhao, or Zhao Long Sun, if you want to say it appropriately. Zhao Sunming is Lan Di's father. Apparently, him and Ryo's dad knew each other, and this is actually proven. Not really proven, but in Shenmue 2, if I remember correctly, my fellow comrade in the Shenmue community, Matt Kilpatrick, or Null DC, uncovered a page of the Luing Shu, which showed the history of Hazuki style jujitsu. If I remember correctly, my mind's kind of fuzzy about that. And Zhao Sunming's actually listed on that list, so it's true that Zhao Sunming and Iwao are actually, you know, together in a sense of martial arts. It's a little hard to explain this early in the game, and I don't really want to spoil anything, so I'm just going to leave it there. So let's go ahead and look around Ryo's room in high definition. Frame rate seems to be going pretty well. I have it locked to VSync. I'm not sure what the actual frame rate is. Alright, so keyboard controls. Let's grab the tape here. Take a look at it. Wow, that looks so good. I don't know why, but the Dreamcast MT5 textures used in Shenmue 1, the PVR files themselves look so good even though they're not that high of a quality. I'm going to grab the photo here, and I also want to grab photo of friends. I also want to grab the tape player. I love when you grab objects, it's like, oh. Alright, I don't remember, is there anything in the bottom here? I don't remember if there's anything in the bottom. Okay, cool, we got another tape. Awesome. There's a video on the internet where a guy actually made those tapes in real life. He like made cassette tape holders. So there's really nothing of interest in here, but it's still really cool to see like how they made these drawers. Originally, if you watch a lot of like Shenmue beta videos, these drawers were actual like rendered objects inside of the drawers, and then they replaced them with photorealistic textures like you see there. It looks like it's just pretty much a picture of clothing, and then they converted that photo into a PVR texture and wrapped it around a model. Which gives us those photorealistic objects. And the bottom here, of course, Ryo got his big boy magazines. What do we got in here? We got some anime, some manga. When I was a little kid, I always thought that that one right there, in between the Rockstar guy and the manga, was like some porno mag. Which would be kind of funny. I can mod these textures and make them like Playboy and Hustler and all that, but it's not worth the time. Then in here, of course, we have some other options of clothing. The two white shirts being closer to what he wore in the Saturn version. You could actually mod Ryo's like character model and make him wear those. They're not already made, but you can just recolor the model and repack his MT5 model textures. Alright, so let's go ahead and walk outside and talk to Ine-san. Yeah.
Ryo-san, you should still be resting.
I'm fine, really. And you? Are you alright?
Yes, but I must keep busy, otherwise I'll get depressed.
I understand. But you needn't work too hard.
Yes. Oh, by the way, I have this for you. This is for today. From tomorrow, I'll leave it on top of the shoe cabinet every day.
Do you know where Fukusan is?
Fukada-san? I believe he's in the dojo.
Really? Thanks.
Corey Marshall and Ine-san's voice actors do such a great job. A lot of people really mock the English dub, but I think it's fantastic. And if you really hate the English dub that much, just go fuck yourself. Honestly, like, if you can make a better dub, then by all means knock it all you want. But anybody who mocks the English dub is probably not willing to dub the game themselves, and you're pretty much just a poser at that point. Of course, in 1986, somehow, and I always loved this, Ryo has a Sega Saturn! I always find that really funny. You know, I really want someone to just like mod that texture and just like just change that into like a PS4 or an Xbox One. I know there's like a picture of somebody photoshopped, but if somebody could actually edit that in the actual game, that would be so cool. So here we have the kitchen. Ine-san can be seen, you know, cooking and whatnot in here. You can open the cabinets to find a cockroach, which is always cool. And you can also look at the carrots there to get a flashback scene between Ryo and his father. The significance of that flashback scene is to, one, give you a history that Ryo doesn't like carrots, and for two, to show the bond that Ryo has with his father, and just to kind of show how Iwao is as a person. It portrays him as like a caring person because he's like, hey man, you know, people work their butts off to get this food, and you should be happy you should be able to eat it. It's a very appreciative person, and I highly respect that. This room right here is extremely important. The paper that you can find down there tells a story that Iwao wrote regarding how Ryo should act growing up and understand that warriors eventually die, which this letter alone proves that Iwao knew somebody was coming. So it makes me think, did he separate the mirrors because he knew Londi was coming and he doesn't want to get he doesn't want him to get both of them? Now the fact that that's also true can also pinpoint the idea that Iwao knows something about these mirrors. He may know about combining them to find the super duper treasure of the Qing dynasty or resurrect the Qiyu, or he might have saw something happen to someone else with those mirrors. So maybe the mirrors corrupted Zhao Sunming, and Ryo's dad was like, ooh, okay, so I know when these two mirrors are together, something might happen. Maybe he separated them because he knew Lan Di was coming, but he doesn't want to hurt Lan Di by giving him both mirrors. I don't know. And the fact that he's like, it can't be you, meaning he knows who Lan Di is. There's a couple different ways you can argue what that's all about. So let's go ahead and get the key that's in here.
Huh. What's this key for? A key? But to what?
The key itself, the mysterious key. It's interesting that
this may come in handy.
Placed right next to the letter where Iwao was talking to Ryo. So maybe he wanted Ryo to find out about all this stuff. Maybe he doesn't want to keep the secret anymore. I also love how you can like shut on and off the lights in this game. Back when this game first came out, like that was a big deal. You can also go into a hallway that's behind the room here to grab, I believe, a fighting scroll. And now, let's go ahead and go talk to Fukusan. Fukusan is voiced by my colleague, Eric Kelso. Eric, if you ever watched this, man, you do a great job. Eric's a cool guy. I've talked to him a couple times. Alright, so let's go ahead out to the Hazuki Residence. I always love the Hazuki Residence. There's so much like detail in it. You're gonna see a little bit of like frame rate drops because the recording software likes to screw with the performance of Null DC. That's really, it's not the computer. The computer itself can run this 60 frames a second, full blast. It's not really a big deal. And you can really see the model deletion happening in the widescreen ratios. I always love the fish here, and I always love the fountain in the back. I forget the actual name of it. That's so cool when you have the, I believe those are koi fish. It's so nice. I wish I could just live here. Like, I grew up on a farm, so I had a lot of like nice vegetation and stuff like that, which I actually show off in another video. And walking down here. Now, one of the questions a lot of people have is, what the hell is back there? What is back there? Now, if you think about where everything is in the Hazuki Dojo, you would argue that there's actually a door back there. You can see it now. You can kind of see the door handle. That should be the door to the kitchen, but I don't know. Is that where the kitchen would be? So the kitchen is, you walk in. No, I don't think the kitchen door would be there. That's weird. Because when you walk in the Hazuki Dojo, you go straight. Now that door is on the right-hand side of the, all the way down to the far wall. So would that mean that the kitchen door is actually facing the back there? Huh, interesting. You can actually mod your save file and have Ryo load, you know, in that area in between the side of the dojo and the door there. You can also look up at the tree here to get a flashback of Ryo and Iwao training, and Iwao training Ryo to do, I think it was the pit blow? No. Wait. Maybe, I don't remember which move it is. Alright, so let's go in and talk to Fukusan. Everybody calls him Fukusan, but his real name is, oh no, what is it? Fukuhara, oh man. Wow, I'm forgetting Fukusan's first name. Or his given name.
Ryo-san, is everything okay? Don't worry, I'm fine.
This is also a different character model for
Fukusan.
Fukusan. You see a couple different models.
Man.
There's a model of Fukusan with some bruise on his face. There's a model of Fukusan with the headband, and there's a model of Fukusan without the headband.
Landy demanded the mirror, and then they threw me out of the dojo.
The black suits? Catch the names?
I don't know. They came out of nowhere.
I see. Thanks, Fukusan. If you remember anything at all, be sure to tell me.
Ryo-san, why? What you gonna do? Ryo-san, where are you going? You're not going after them. Please don't. Look what they did to Hazuki-sensei.
Isn't it cool
They
that
killed my father right in front
Fukusan's
of me.
voice is the same guy as Ren and
I
Master
will
Jin?
have my revenge.
You can kind of hear it a little bit.
I need to do this
For my
for my
father.
father.
You're not doing it for your father, brother. You're doing it because it's fucking destiny. That's why, you just don't know it yet. Alright, so that ends that cutscene. One of the other things you'll notice is that I don't think you can actually see... Oh, you can see Fukusan in there. Cool. Alright, so let's go ahead and... It's a little hard to control on a keyboard. I should use an Xbox controller, but I just don't feel like it. So at this point, we can go out to Dobuita. No, I'm sorry, we can go out to Yamanose. So let's go ahead and do that. Yamanose. I remember playing Shenmue for the first time and walking out to Yamanose, and this background music was just like, whoa, it's gonna get real. So while I'm playing this, you know, Let's Play of Shenmue, there's a couple of things I want to say. I used to watch a Let's Play of Shenmue 2 with Mary Pena, who YouTube channel went by the name of Sketchy Mary. She was playing through Shenmue 2, and unfortunately, she hasn't really uploaded any videos recently, and that makes me really sad. Mary, if you ever watch this, like I say many times, I really loved your work, and I miss talking to you, you know? I'm sad to see that you're not really active in the Shenmue community anymore, and I hope that one day you'll return. Okay, so one thing you should know is that there's actually a different version of Yamanose. There's a beta version of Yamanose, which I covered in an entirely different video. Which is pretty cool. If you want, I can put a link down below. So down there we have Ichiro and Noriko, just kind of hanging out and talking. One thing I always liked is that Ichiro, Ryo talks to him as if he was a really close friend, which is kind of hard to determine in the English version, because in the United States we're used to saying words like bro and man and, you know, like, what's up, bro? Like, that's like a New Jersey thing, but... Anyway, so... In the Japanese version, you can hear it in the level of respect that Ryo uses in his speaking. He uses a very friendly version of his language to talk to Ichiro. So we have some little kids playing, which is cool. And here we're gonna talk to Megumi. There might be some audio hiccups here and there. This cutscene always has issues when recording.
Hey, Joe!
Hi, Megumi. You got a kitten in there?
You promised not to tell my mommy?
Sure.
Okay, then I'll show you.
Is this your kitten?
But this kitty...
In the beta version of Yamanose, there's a completely different
Oh,
shrine that
wow.
looks really cool.
Yep. See, the other day, when it rained, a car ran over her mommy.
That's sad.
My big sister saw it. She said it was a big black car.
A black car?
Yeah, and she said it was really scary. And then me and Sis, we buried the mommy cat. And so now, I can be the kitty's mommy. But Mommy says we can't keep the kitten at home.
So you going to keep her here?
Yeah, everybody's helping out too.
The emotional weight of this cutscene to people in the United States is kind of meh. In Japan, cats are, you know, very much more highly respected than they are in the United States. Me personally, I like cats. I'm more of a dog person. I love puppies, they're so cute. And, but cats are cool, you know. They're animals, just like dogs are. They deserve to be respected like a living being. So here we are presented with two options for, you know, the fried tofu or the fish. If you pick the fried tofu, then the cat doesn't eat it. You pick the dried fish, the cat eats it. So pick the dried fish to give to the kitty.
Do this, so it's easier to eat.
Wow, she's eating.
She's so tiny, but already an orphan.
It's so sad. Yamagi-san almost got ran over too.
Yamaguchi-san?
Yeah, the car was going so fast, he got shocked and fell. And hurt his backside, so now he stays home all day. When I go to the candy shop, I always stop by to visit him.
Yeah, it's close by there.
Well, if he was like eyes,
Megumi, you need
he's
to
like,
be careful around cars
yeah,
too.
it's close by there.
Well, I've got to go now.
But wait, we gotta think of a name for the kitty.
Megumi reminds me of my little sister.
Oh,
Because when my little sister was younger, she kind of sounded like
you know.
Megumi. I used to find that really funny.
You promise? Bye-bye, y'all.
Sometimes it's hard to take this cutscene, it's hard to take this cutscene seriously, because I made a video where I replaced Megumi with Goro, and it just... I don't know why, but I don't know. I think of Goro now whenever I look at Megumi. Or Majin Buu, but for some reason Megumi's voice reminds me of Fat Buu. Oh jeez. What would that even sound like? We gotta think of a name for the kitty! Yes, it's sexy! You know. Alright, so anyway, so that's the last of pretty much what you do in Yamanose. Let's take a look at these houses. I used to remember who lives where, because I used to be that into this, to the point where I used to follow NPC's home, see where they live. So we have the Nakamura. Where is Ichiro's house? Azumaya. I remember like knocking on all these doors to see what happens.
Perhaps they're out?
And usually people don't answer, but like there's some times where people actually do answer, and I was like, whoa, because I never got that for like 2 years. I was just like, people don't answer the door, and then bam, somebody actually did. So here we are going off to Sakuragaoka. Sakuragaoka has a beta version as well, which is, it looks completely different. It's really cool though. So we have these two people here who are known to gossip a lot. That's going to trigger the old lady cutscene, so I don't want to do that yet. Here we have the construction site. And here we have up here, you'll see Sumiya-san sweeping usually. Yep. Right there.
Sumiya-san.
Hi, Ryo.
Oh, hello, Rio. Hi, Rio. Hi, what are you doing? So if we run down this way, here we have a phone booth we can use and call Nozomi, which one thing you have to do in Shenmue 1 is you need to call Nozomi. because there's this whole like side story that like occurs when you call Nozomi, where like it's not really a side story, but it gives you insight to how they both feel about each other. Because Ryo doesn't really open up to her unless you make him call her. Like you can get so close to where Ryo will say like, "Oh Nozomi, I love you." I remember talking to Corey Marshall a really long time ago. I was like, "Dude, can you please voice Ryo saying like, 'Oh Nozomi, I always loved you,'" but never happened, unfortunately. So here we have the candy shop over here, and like I said before, the Japanese version had Coke machines, whereas in the North America we got Jet Cola. So there's a mod in this to bring back the Coca-Cola machines. And there we have the two kids playing around, and we have some capsule toy machines over there. So let's trigger the old lady cutscene. She actually helps you out if you help her.
Yes.
What's this name plate say?
It says Tajima.
Does it? I'm trying to find the Yamamoto's house, but see my eyesight is bad, so...
Don't worry. I'll look for it. Wait for me in that park up ahead.
I'll look for it.
You're so kind. Thank you so much.
I forget who voices her. Oh man, I used to know it too. Oh man, I don't think she's really credited either. Okay, so here we have Naoyuki.
Naoyuki. Yo!
Yo! See ya. We have Yamagishi-san right here.
Yamagishi-san.
Oh, itchy.
How is your back?
Yes, it's much better. But how did you...
I heard...
Well...
I'll come by again.
Oh yeah, we have to have him tell us that the car went on towards the Wita.
Yamagishi, could you tell me...
Sure. This... And when...
A black... Did you see the...
Maybe. And...
Oh.
Alright, so now we know that the car went towards the Wita, so we now unlock the ability to go to that area, but let's go help this old lady out real quick. So she wants to get to the Yamamoto house. The Yamamoto house is, if I remember correctly... Oh, man, I don't want to mess this up. I believe it is this one. It's one of these two. Aha!
Yamamoto. That's it. Guess I'll go get that lady.
Alright, let's go get her. In the beta version, you can actually walk completely around the park. So you can go around that side over there. Oh, and here we have... For those of you who don't know, that's Megumi's sister. That's her older sister.
Mayumi.
Hey, Ryo. What's up?
Yuji. Yo. Did you see a black car on the day of the incident? On the day when it snowed. Do you remember?
On the day when it snowed.
I didn't see anything.
I see.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
I always loved talking to all
See
these
ya.
people. You learn a lot of stuff about their side, like their personal history. Like Mayumi tells you eventually that her and Megumi's father is actually off on a boat. I believe he's a fisherman, and that he was going to be gone for a couple months. So like just like little things like that really brings you really close into the game. So let's tell the lady here that we found it.
Ma'am, I found it.
Did you? Thank you so very much.
This is it.
Thank you for taking the time to help me, young man.
I have to go now.
There are so few helpful young people these days.
One thing you might realize if you look hard enough is that this game is being rendered in Null DC's Power VR plugin. which doesn't render very accurately. It renders everything, but it doesn't render it like the Dreamcast does. To get Dreamcast-like rendering, you gotta use DEMUL, D-E-M-U-L, which I assume stands for Dreamcast Emulator. That emulates the graphics much better. You can find comparisons on Shenmue Dojo. So let's go to Dobuita. Entry point number 2. The entry point refers to the beta version. The entry points in the game are like where you enter. So like this is an entry point. The other entrance from Sakuragaoka is another entry point, and coming off of the bus is another entry point. I always thought it was cool that you can come back here. Hey, what's up, Mayumi?
Mayumi?
Hey, Ryo. What's up?
It's about the day of the incident. You saw the black...
How did you...
Megumi told.
That little I'm sorry. That's all she talks about lately is that kitten.
That's alright. Can you tell me...
About the car? Not the cat?
Right.
Sorry, but all I can remember is that the car was black.
I see.
Most people will tell you very small details like that. Oops, sorry, buddy. So let's walk down the stairs here. I always thought it was cool there's just like extra geometries behind the buildings and stuff that you normally can't go to. Wow, this looks so cool in widescreen. One thing I miss about Shenmue 2 is that you can actually like stop on the stairs and like look around, whereas in Shenmue 1 you can't. But you can do this. Haha! Good job, Ryo. I'm flying. It's a little nice glitch there. Oh, looks like we got some slowdown. All right, let's unglitch ourselves. There we go. And we got Tom over there dancing to Hip Day Hop. Amazing song. So, Dobuita is really interesting. This one street is based off of a street in Dobuita in Japan. If you go to Shenmue Dojo, you can see pictures of it, or if you go to Shenmue 500K, you can find people posting pictures of it. This is my favorite shop owner. I love Itoi-san. This guy is voiced so well.
Itoi-san.
Yes! We have all kinds of patches and...
Have you seen a black car pass through here?
What? A black car?
Yes, the day the snow turned to rain.
Yes, I remember the snow and the rain, but I don't remember seeing a black car.
I see.
The car came around, I'm guessing, 8 o'clock in the morning. And he didn't see the black car because he wasn't actually at the shop. His shop opened at 10 a.m. So he was probably in his house, which I believe he actually lives upstairs, if I remember correctly. I never followed Itoi-san out of his house, but I assume the way it's set up is that his door behind him leads into the house itself. So I wouldn't be surprised if you watch him close, you'll see that he just walks through that door and then Itoi-san just disappears. So implicitly that most likely says that he lives in this apartment above his shop. Pretty cool, huh? So right now I'm supposed to go the other direction, and that triggers the cutscene with Enoki. However, we're not going to do that yet. Let's mess around a bit and talk, shall we? So here's a Coke machine. For those of you who've never played the Japanese version, like I said, the Japanese version has Coke machines. And this is modded into the North American version of the game. So let's get a Coke, shall we? The Coke cans are
good.
The texture that's wrapped around them is an MT5 PVR texture, and I always wanted to change the can to like a beer can. That would be so funny. So down this way we have the bus stop for the harbor, and then Wish Road is this road right here. You can train over there. Then we have the other flower shop here, the Smiley Flower Shop. And here we have the arcade. U-Arcade. When I was younger, I used to thought that said "I love you," until I realized that that's katakana, I believe, or is that hiragana? I'm not sure. So the actual arcade went through a couple of different versions. In the What Shenmue demo, these two machines were replaced by a slot machine, and I think the Afterburner cabinet was over here. And then these weren't playable, but the darts was. However, the darts themselves, instead of using the animation where Rio's like this, it used the Neo Darts animation, which is like this, which is pretty cool. So let's get out of here. So yeah, Dobuita is where you spend most of your time in this game, in my opinion. Or at least it's where I spend most of my time, because there's a lot of like finite details you can really like look into. I always liked, and this is kind of creepy, but I always liked following people home to see where they lived. So let's go ahead and trigger this cutscene here. What's up, Tom? You'll notice the frame rate's a little slower. We should get the Enoki cutscene. Huh, I guess we didn't. So here's Nozomi's shop, and there's Nozomi. Nozomi is easily my favorite character in this game. I love Nozomi.
Rio, have things settled down for you any?
I love her voice.
If there's
The
anything
voice
I
actress
can
did such a
do,
great job
be
in
sure to
Nozomi.
let me know.
I met her actually. I met the voice actress in Nozomi at where was it? I believe it was Otakon in Maryland in the United States, 2007. She wasn't like going around saying I'm the voice of Nozomi from Shenmue. She was just walking around, and I just noticed her, and I was like, "Hey, you did Nozomi in Shenmue, right?" And she was like, "Yeah." And then we hung out for a while. She was really cool to talk to. I asked her some questions about Shenmue and all that, like what her experience was dubbing the game. She was awesome. I wish I could go, and like see her again. She was a really cool person. So here we have the barber shop. Here we have Nagai Industries. Water Dragon Jean Shop. You have Bunkado Antiques. Oh, Rushia China Shop. Dirt. And we have the Fortune Teller. One thing you should really do in Shenmue 1 is talk to the Fortune Teller, because she says a lot of things that are kind of interesting about the story. Not to mention the imagery inside of Lapis. Let's actually go inside. I always liked replacing Lapis with Shenfa. Sorry if you hear the music in the background. My neighbor just came home. He's blasting some music in his car. So here we have Lapis. I always found it interesting that she actually has a mirror right there, or at least something that resembles the mirror. I'm not sure if there's any importance to that, or if it's just imagery, really. One thing I love about Shenmue is that, like, I love how detailed the stores are. There's so many, like, objects. Like, it's detail that doesn't necessarily have to be in the game. It's so cool. Fucking amazing, man. This game just gives me such a weird feeling. It's almost as if it's actually happening, you know? That sounds really weird. I mean, in quantum physics, we have an idea that everything has to happen. So you can make the claim that Shenmue actually exists somewhere as a reality, because the events that had to happen for this to occur actually do exist. It's some pretty mind-blowing stuff there. I wrote a paper on that very topic in college. So here we are in the back street of Dobuita. I think my favorite place here is, of course, my man Bob's Pizza with my man Mario. Love that place. And we have Ono-san working on the motorcycle. Over here we got Hattori Sporting Goods. And of course we got Ajiichi. We got the sushi place there. Amazing. So right now we're supposed to go talk to Nozomi about getting mud splashed on her. However, I'm not going to do that yet. Tomato convenience store. I love the song for tomato convenience store, tomato convenience store, whatever you want to call it. One thing most people don't know is that the little lyric that's in this song with that is actually, you know, it's actually spoken words. If I remember correctly, they're saying, "My good friend Tomato." There's a translation of it on Shenmue Dojo. So here we have the tapes here. You got your batteries. We're actually going to need a flashlight. So let's go ahead and buy one.
No, may I help you?
This.
Come again, yo.
Alright, cool. Thank you. Oh yeah, you can also get into the raffle. In Tomato Convenience Store, you can get a boombox, Saturn games, some toys, or a random capsule toy as your prize. In the other one, the candy shop in Sakuragaoka, you can get, I believe you can get like Doral from Virtual Fighter, and then there's also a way to get a toy of one of the executives from Sega. I forget exactly what his name is. So let's talk to him.
Rio,
God, I love
have things settled down for you, Winnie?
Yeah.
If there's anything I can do, be sure to let me know.
Yeah. Did you happen to see a black car that day?
A black car?
Wow,
Yeah,
let's skip because
You know,
Really?
yeah.
you can kind of hear the audio.
Did you see
a
who?
little bit?
No.
It's only because I'm
the
recording
top-
the screen.
Do you mean
Yeah.
no
Rio. Cheer up.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're supposed to go to talk to Tom over at the hot dog truck. So let's go ahead and do that. Got Ichiro over there. This game is, it runs really well on Null DC. However,
Tom.
I just love playing on it.
Hey, Rio!
Tell me about those men in the black car.
There's another character model of Tom
Nozomi
where he
told
has
me you
actually
had
short
words
hair
with
and
the
no
guys driving
glasses.
the
It's
black
actually on the
car.
game disc.
No, I don't remember.
They might have been the ones who murdered my father.
Your father?
Please try to think.
Right, man. I'll try.
Those guys in the black car, what were they like?
I saw a guy wearing this weird coat.
What kind of coat?
It was a deep green, maybe velvet or silk, like something Chinese.
That's what happened?
They are, but
Do you remember?
no. Try asking.
Do you know?
Sorry, but I'll ask. Come back.
Sure.
Alright, so you can go in there, but that guy doesn't really know much. So what you want to do is actually go talk to Ajiichi. You can talk to many different people, Chinese people. In this certain area, you can talk to Itoi-san, And he'll actually tell you he knew Charlie Chapman, which is pretty cool. But we're gonna go straight through and talk to Ajiichi, which we're going to learn about the 3 blades. You can also talk to Manpukukin Ramen at this part. However, I forget what Manpukukin Ramen says. Is Wang here? Nah. Wang's probably out delivering stuff.
Tao-san,
Yes?
are there any other Chinese people around here?
Why do you want to know about other Chinese?
Nothing,
I
really.
love how the wife had half
Is
a
it
head.
something to do with what happened
That's the
to
rendering,
your father?
the rendering
Yes.
module.
Oh no. Not all Chinese people are bad.
I understand that, but the only clue I have is that they were Chinese. Please, is there anything you could tell me?
You say Chinese people around here? But there's quite a lot of them compared to before. We
What's
don't
going on in the
really
world?
know the newcomers.
I see.
Why don't you?
Alright, I'm gonna start skipping because the audio's getting messed up. So we're gonna learn about the 3 blades. So the 3 blades, like he says, are it refers to the barber, the cook, and the tailor. They use blades in their professions, and they're also defenders for the emperor.
Who are some?
For the
So we have Maida-san for the barber.
Go and
For
ask
the cook-
Manpukukin Ramen.
For the cook, we have
The
Manpukukin Ramen, and
3-blade
for the
people
tailor,
should know what.
we have first class tailor.
Oh, but the shop.
So,
Yes.
I see. About
It's a good They are the cooks. Try. It's just past the.
I got it. Well,
You could also, one thing I also love about Shenmue is if you keep talking, they tell you different
They are.
things.
Itoi-san is the tailor. He's at the patch shop.
I got it. Okay.
For the tailor, you have Itoi-san, but
Tao-san,
he knows about the 3 blades, but
Yes?
he's like a 2nd generation Chinese.
can
He doesn't
you
really know much
explain
about
about
them.
Sure. The barber is Maida-san.
Yes, Maida-san, not first class
Cook.
tailor. That's Shenmue 2.
There's
I believe first class
also
tailor was the
Yuba.
store in Shenmue 2 that
You-san, there's shop.
that Xiao Mei and her mom are part of the girl you
Maida-san.
meet in the beginning of Shenmue 2,
Itoi-san.
who Ryo
And
saved in
Manpukukin
Chapter
Ramen.
2, which is the
I
bonus
see.
chapter. The chapter that takes in between Shenmue 1 and Shenmue 2. Anyway, guys, I think I'm going to end the video here. This video is more or less just a test to do the Shenmue HD Let's Play. I will be continuing it from this point. So let me go ahead and save my file here. Create a resume file. Oh, of course, I don't have a memory card. Well, let's change that real quick. No problem. There we go. Yes. I have a save for a different Shenmue game. I still don't know why you have to do a resume file and you can't just save save like you can in Shenmue 2. However, in the beta version of Shenmue 1, using the debug menu, you can make an actual save file to load yourself in this particular area instead of just running back home all the time. So, anyway, guys, so that's part 1 of the Shenmue HD playthrough. I really hope you enjoyed it up to this point. As we get further into the game, I will be getting more technical about storyline elements and all that. This is really just the introduction, so, you know, if you're looking for something more deep, stay tuned as I make, you know, the rest of the parts to get through Shenmue 1. And, as always, have a nice day.